Right.
Hello, everyone.
Good
Well,
morning.
it's afternoon for me. So for those ones who are in the afternoon, good afternoon too. Nino, is it evening for you?
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. in the evening right now for me.
Oh
So we have
man.
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for all of you. Thank you very much for joining the webinar. My name is Tatiana. I'll be your host today. I'll be two amazing people will be joining us. Nino from iGMS and Cameron Blue from Vrbo. We're going to be talking about the updated API integration we have between iGMS and Vrbo. We're going to dig into it and understand the benefits and all it takes for the integration. Gonna talk about some vacation rental trends for 2024 as well. I can see we have people coming in. Should we wait for 2 more minutes?
Yeah, let's wait a couple minutes for some others to join. I know I have some colleagues wanting to attend as well. Um,
Great. Let me share some information while people are joining. If you have any questions, I encourage you to have questions. Please use the Q&A section. The chat is disabled because we want to make sure we answer all your questions. Do not miss one. So we will get to the Q&A section at the end of the webinar. We'll have 15 minutes for that. Let me I cannot see the number of registrants. You just tell me when we can get started.
Yep,
Looks
so as
like
I
we
can
have
see the
about 8 people. Yeah.
We already have people coming in. So,
There are some people coming in. Maybe we can just 2 more minutes to
all
allow
right,
for attendees
all
to come
right.
in and join. Tatiana, where are you calling in from today?
Oh, I'm from Rio, Brazil. It's a
Amazing.
great weather here. Amazing. Summer is just around the corner. It's beautiful. How is it over there?
It is great. I am calling in from the beautiful city of Austin, Texas, and it was about 39 degrees when I woke up this morning, which is kind of unusual for Texas, but it's nice to get a break from all the heat that we had over the summer.
And you, Nino, where are you speaking from?
I'm coming from Tbilisi, Georgia, the country, and it's right now it's winter on our end here. It's pretty cold, I would say, not so much, but still it's winter time, so it's cold. So, but the weather is still like really good, and everything is like amazing here. I would say it's really pretty.
Amazing. Yeah, I need to visit you guys somehow. Some one day I'll go on vacation and get there.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys are ever in Texas, we'll have you over to the Vrbo and Expedia office, and that goes for any of the, iGMS customers that are on the call. Vrbo is based out of Austin, and so if you're ever here for some kind of vacation rental conference or vacation, um, Tatiana and Nino have my email address, so please email me and we'll have lunch at the Vrbo office. We'll do a consultation in person, and I'll show you around the office. So that'd be super amazing. And of course, if any of the iGMS team are ever in Austin, please come and we'll go out for drinks and food and all the things,
Amazing.
all the barbecue.
Amazing. Yeah. I'll take you on the promise, huh?
Yeah. Looks like I think we might be able to go ahead and start if that's
Okay.
okay with the iGMS team. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so let me introduce to all of us again. Our joint webinar with Vrbo is called From Integration to Innovation. I'm very honored to present my partners here. Nino is from iGMS, She is a very experienced professional from our customer experience team, and she's also our community manager. So hi, Nino, how are you today?
Hi everyone, I'm doing good and hope this webinar will be like very insightful to all of the people who are joining us today.
And we have the amazing presence of Cameron Blue. Cameron is the Senior Market Development Manager at Vrbo. Hey, Cameron, it's great to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here. When I learned several months ago that we were building out an API connection to iGMS, I knew that the sky was the limit. You guys are one of the most amazing, most respected software companies in the industry. And so to now have that connectivity solution to you, this has been a long time coming, kind of a dream come true. So super happy to be here to speak on, the iGMS and Vrbo partnership, the value of listing on Vrbo, and I've got some exciting 2024 travel trends to share with you guys. So very happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we thank you for being here as well. And I'm Tatiana Sampaio. I'm the Digital Marketing Manager at iGMS. I'll be your host today. Before we start, let me thank you all for coming. Thank you very much. We're very excited to have you on board. Let's move to our agenda today. As you can see in the screen, I'll share a few words about iGMS, then walk you through the benefits of the updated API integration with Vrbo. Nino will explain how to connect to Vrbo to iGMS, and Cameron will say, like he said, a few words about why Vrbo and go over some vacation rental marketing trends for the upcoming year. After that, we're going to have the Q&A session that will take about 15 minutes. So you can leave your questions in the Q&A. The chat is disabled. Let's get started. I just want to take a minute to explain what iGMS is. iGMS is a software, as I prefer to say it, will put your vacation rental on autopilot. It's our motto. We strive to simplify operations, increase revenue for our users. We want to get you rid of all of the headaches you might have when starting a short-term rental business. We are a fully functioning property management system. We have a set of solid core tools. We have the multi-calendar, the inbox, message automation, cleaning management, all the things you need to move forward as a host. We've recently released a website builder, and we have these very solid tools for working with direct bookings. So if you have the chance, check our website builder. We offer a 14 free-day trial where you can experience all our tools, no need for credit cards. I advise you to take a look at that. We are working with some big companies. You probably have heard of some of them: Oyo Vacation Homes, Red Awning, Toy Villas. We have some successful cases when people came to us with just 2 properties and they just grew significantly in 1 or 2 years to 50 properties. That's a real case we actually have in our company, for example. And after this short intro, let's jump into the topic today. We have just got an updated API integration with Vrbo, and I would like to explain the benefits of this new integration. As we are a Vrbo connected partner for 2023, we have some new benefits with this integration. Streamlined operations. We allow for automatic synchronization of data between iGMS and Vrbo. So it reduces the manual data entry and also reduces the risk of errors. We have real-time updates. Changes made in the platform are reflected real time in the others, so you can make sure that property information, bookings, all other details are up to date. We have enhanced efficiency. The integration can save time and effort because it will enable hosts to focus on other aspects of the business. It includes automated listings, updates, reservation management, and messaging. And of course, improved guest experience, because this seamless integration can contribute to a better guest experience because it will ensure accurate, timely information about bookings, property details, and any changes. Now, let me pass the word to Nino, who will explain a little bit more about how to connect iGMS and Vrbo. Nino, the word's with you.
Hi everyone. So as Tatiana mentioned, I will show you how to connect VRBO to iGMS. And Tatiana, could you please move on to the next slide, please, first? Yeah, so before you start, there's like a bit of a housekeeping to do, and that would be connecting your Stripe account to iGMS. So once your VRBO is connected, so VRBO will no longer process the payments, and you actually become the merchant of records for those transactions, and everything will go through your Stripe account. And Cameron will also let us know a bit about it and why it's like actually good to connect your Stripe account.
Yeah, thank you, Nino. I'd say that this aspect of the API integration is the biggest difference between Vrbo and our competitors out there. We give you full control over payment processing. We'll ask that you set up your Stripe account to integrate. The great thing that I hear feedback from partners on about this aspect of the API connection is that they get full control over payments, over cash flow, and they don't have to wait on Vrbo any longer to pay them out the day after traveler check-in. And so the Vrbo connection to iGMS, it is very, very robust. And iGMS is upgraded to the latest versions of our API. And so when it comes to doing some of this housekeeping and getting set up and configured, this is one of the most important things. You simply just have to have a payment processor set up and active, because we want to immediately send traveler credit card information directly to that Stripe account so that you can go ahead and process that payment immediately.
Okay, yeah, Tatiana, could you please move on to the next slide? And this is how the connection starts. So the first thing that you will need to do is go to your iGMS account and go to accounts and listing section and click connect account, which is located at the top right corner. So this is where you usually connect like all of our OTAs, and in this case, it will be Vrbo. And could we please move on to the next one? And we'll need to click VRBO here, and we'll need to create a new account. And then we'll need to add details in it. So could you please again move on to the next one? So this is how it looks like. So we'll need to fill in your advertiser name. So basically your business name, how you're doing your business and like what name, and you'll need to check your default listing settings. So this is like your booking type, your cancellation policy, your house rules, and all of that. Then you'll need to click create account, and account will be created in here. This is how it will look like in your accounts and listings tab. And we'll need to create a listing. But before we do that, there's actually two ways to go about it. So to create a new listing, so you can either do it from scratch, or you can actually copy and paste that listing from the OTA that you're currently on and publish it on VRBO. So could you please move on to the next slide, and we'll see how that looks like on our end. So this is if you are creating the listing from scratch. So basically it will have like the most of the same details that you already entered, but on the listing type of setting. So here you have your listing details, your name, all of your like settings, basically like your cancellation policy, your payment type, and everything like that. And if you move on to the next slide, we'll actually have an option to use your already existing listing and publish it on Vrbo to actually avoid that manual work because you already did that, and you actually like I would call it like a copy and paste situation, and which is always easier for users, and you can also definitely use this option as well. And if we will move on to the next step right now, that would be actually the last one I would say that you would need to do during this integration process from iGMS and that would be actually filling out your VRBO onboarding form. So you can actually sign VRBO listing agreement, your credit card information for commission to the billing. And actually, after all of this is filled in, so VRBO team is takes over, and implementation specialist will be on contact with you to get that integration up and running. And the last step that I would think is the most important one would be to actually know where your advertiser ID is. So that is actually how Vrbo team will actually identify your listings and start the integration process. So you actually see it in your account to listing section under your Vrbo account as an advertiser ID, and this is unique per account. So this is something that you'll need to keep out for and always know where it is so you can actually keep in touch with Vrbo team to start that implementation process. Yeah, so that would be it, how to do that. As you can see, it's pretty easy, I would say. It's a bit, maybe it's like a different thing, but actually it's like pretty easy to do everything. And Vrbo team is amazing, so they will help you all the way with it. And of course, we will also help you in case you have any questions or concerns about the process.
And if I may, one of the things that property managers love about the Vrbo integration process is that someone is holding your hand the entire way through. And I know that that's the case with iGMS as well. If you are interested in integrating, we're going to have those instructions that Noni just covered for you in a link. This session is going to also be recorded, and posted onto iGMS's YouTube channel. So we've got lots of ways to walk you through those steps that we just covered. And then once you go through that self-service onboarding link on the Vrbo website to begin the activation project, we've also got someone that will walk you through the entire process. So Nino, thank you so much. I've worked with a lot of different software companies, being on the team that I'm on at Vrbo, and sometimes the configurations can get a little confusing or they're just kind of difficult, to be quite honest. And so thank you for making that process easy for your users and very clear in those step-by-step instructions. Thank you.
Thank you, Nino. And Cameron, if you want to start sharing your slides, feel free to do it.
Okay, wonderful. Looks like it's my turn to present. Let me just share my screen here really quickly. And then let's make this a little bigger. How does that look?
Amazing.
Okay, wonderful. For anyone that might have just recently joined, again, my name is Cameron Blue, and I'm a senior market development manager on Vrbo's partner success team. And I'm super excited to be here with the iGMS team and with all of you. I know that your time is invaluable. And so thanks for giving us your time today to talk about the amazing iGMS and Vrbo partnership. The first thing that I wanted to start off with is to talk about how fragmented the travel industry is. There are more options on the horizon for travelers every single day. And the simple act of travel is becoming increasingly complex. We have all seen this, everyone on this call. Booking a trip, it can be riddled with what can feel like constant decisions, overwhelming options, and potential points of failure, right? And all the while, traveler expectations for superior experiences from you, from all of you property managers, they continue to rise. And so it's important that every single phase of the journey, from imagining their trip to planning their trip, to booking, to staying, and beyond, it must be simple and frictionless. This is our new reality. This is the reality that we are in now. And if you're going to build a business in travel and continue to build your business, you want a trusted partner, an expert on traveler needs, expectations, and experience. And if you're already in travel, you need a technology partner that can help you nail the experience across that entire journey that we just discussed. And Vrbo is that technology partner that can help you nail the experience across that entire journey. And today, 25 years later, and 1 billion trips later, as the world's leading traveler technology platform, we are laser focused on continuing to drive innovation that results in better end-to-end experience for travelers. As your partner, we're here to empower you to exceed in the evolving universe of travel. I had some animations here, but they don't seem to be working. Let's see. Well, oh, there they are. As a vacation rental host, it's key that your properties stand out to capture valuable traveler demand for the best rate. And if you're like us, hungry for insights, you can benefit from understanding traveler behavior and trends that we provide to help inform your decisions. Many of you may or may not know that Vrbo, compared to our competitors, have the most robust account management system, account management organization in the industry. And this is what our teams are designed to do. They give hosts like yourself these types of insights to help grow their business and build new relationships with Vrbo travelers. Let's see. There we go. So how and where travelers book their unique trips, it looks different based on their needs and their preferences, right? They may book through their favorite travel agency. They might book directly with their brand of choice via their company travel website or through loyalty points. And between Vrbo and Expedia's globally loved traveler brands and our extensive B2B network, we've got you covered. No matter where the traveler is in their journey or what type of trip they're booking, our suite of brands with a presence in more than 75 markets, operating close to 200 websites in 40 languages on the web and via our mobile apps. This means more access to a diverse range of travelers for you. Our new loyalty program, One Key, that we launched earlier this summer, it's accelerated all of this demand, and it's going to provide you with new ways to attract these really high value travelers in 2024. And while scale all year long matters, we know that for partners like you, it's about attracting those travelers that you cannot yourself reach alone. And this reach is driven through our targeted marketing programs. I think everyone on this call might remember those amazing John Legend commercials and campaigns that we ran during COVID. These comprehensive programs and comprehensive advertising tools to engage travelers that spend more, they stay longer, they travel with their whole family. This is the type of traveler that you can expect from Vrbo. We offer whole home experiences. I know some of our competitors offer different, shared spaces and whatnot, but Vrbo families and travelers, they book on our site with the expectation that they're getting that amazing whole home type of vacation rental. And so just some stats here for you on the traveler type, right? But keeping travelers coming back again and again, we continuously provide the comfort of a whole home traveler expectation. And we do this and by helping them plan. So Vrbo travelers have a really easy way to plan their trips with their families. We've got something called trip boards. We also show the total price of the rental up front with no hidden fees, all while utilizing the #1 Vrbo traveler app. It's just no question why they keep coming back to book on our site. And every business is different. We understand that, whether this is your first time hosting or if you're this large vacation rental property management company that's looking to expand, we empower solutions that will be unique to your needs and support your revenue growth strategy. We've scaled our tools that you can see below to give you insights that you need to maximize revenue and make strategic decisions. Tools like our owner dashboard that presents data-backed opportunities specific to your business that will lead to more and more higher quality bookings. We've got an amazing tool. It's called Market Maker. It's a partner exclusive tool that delivers detailed market data to help you make informed rate decisions, to improve performance, and to build revenue. Just last year, some data for you. Market Maker helped deliver over $88 million worth of incremental revenue to our partners. And then we know that communication is key when converting those booking requests. That's why we use the Vrbo reply experience, which you are at your desktop, or whether you're at your desktop or if you're on the run, you can use your mobile owner app. We know that fast replies to booking requests and inquiries, that leads to higher booking success rates for our partners. So we've made it extremely easy for you to be able to do that. And then, as important as the experience is for our traveler, peace of mind is also extremely important to Vrbo for our hosts. We take pride in putting you, our partner, first. We have your back. We provide protection and support every single step of the way. Vrbo offers a very comprehensive set of tools and services so that you can feel confident about who you're renting to. Verified travelers, two-way reviews, 24/7 support, misconduct reports, and secure communication. These are just a few ways that we ensure peace of mind for you, the host. We recently launched a new anti-party house technology, and this identifies potential parties before they even take place. And just in the pilot, we saved Vrbo hosts roughly 3.5 million in party-related damages, potential damages. Our hosts are protected by $1 million of liability insurance for all stays, and this is at no cost to the owner. And through our fraud detection engine and offering 30 different types of currency, we work to reduce the risk of fraud-related chargebacks. All of the technology and travel expertise that we've used to build and grow our brands and our business can also be extended to grow yours. That's why we're here. With software like iGMS already leveraging these API capabilities, onboarding your properties to Vrbo and managing them, as Nino mentioned earlier, it is very quick and it is very easy. We talked a little bit about the benefits of integrating your iGMS interests. If I could say the one biggest thing is that there really isn't too much thing as like over marketing your properties. We make this so that you can manage your business, manage your property content, manage bookings, all in iGMS while pushing all of your inventory to the Vrbo marketplace. And so everything that we do is underpinned by data, but data without analysis, it isn't very helpful, right? Which is why at Vrbo, we are dedicated to translating this data into actionable insights so that you can make informed decisions with clarity and confidence. These insights, they come through many different ways. Some of these we touched on, but I wanted to call out here competitive sets. You can actually provide yourself with valuable data about similar vacation rentals in your market, and they help you understand the market a little bit better and how your property compares and how to price your property. So annual travel trends regarding reporting, market insights reports, quarterly insights reports. I had mentioned the robust account management team that we have here at Vrbo with the partner success team. This is something that you get access to by listing and pushing your properties to Vrbo, especially being a new partner that might be interested in integrating via iGMS. This data and these insights are something that you get access to. This is part of our value proposition. And so I'd say that's one of the biggest things that property managers love about Vrbo is they talk about their Vrbo account manager and how it's kind of a, their life coach, if you will, their vacation rental industry life coach. But yes, like we are this tech company. We have all the capabilities that you would expect. But we are most known for our commitment to very strong partnerships with our partners. Our business model is even structured in a way that we only win when you yourself are winning. Many of you might know that it is free to market your properties on Vrbo, and then it's just a 5% commission per booking, which is even more of the reason why we're so heavily focused on helping solve your problems and challenges so that we can find opportunities together in the new year. There are over 3,000 account managers within the Expedia group that are dedicated to your success. Partner success at Vrbo, again, life coach. We are available to walk you through support issues. We're here to help you really extract the most ROI from your partnership, and to provide those personalized insights to help you grow your business. And so wherever you are in your journey, if you're starting out, if you've had an account manager for the long time, that's just the reason that our teams exist, is to help support you and help you grow your business every single step of the way. And so if there's anything that you've learned from this presentation thus far, we've talked about a lot of insights and a lot of technical aspects and how to set up the iGMS connection. I hope that the one thing is clear is that we have you so covered, and we are here to help build your business together. And I know that many of you are as excited as we are about what's on track for 2024. I am so excited to share some traveler insights and some data and what we're kind of seeing on our end. And so why don't we do this? Why don't we actually open up the Q&A? So maybe users, if it's not already open, maybe people can just start asking some questions about the content that has been presented thus far. And then I can go through these traveler trend slides. How does that sound? Cool.
That sounds great. I already have some questions here.
Amazing.
Should we get started with the questions, the trends first?
Let's see. It looks like we might be getting some questions. I can see my colleague Libby has joined and is answering some now. And so why don't we go through the traveler trends, and then we can just have a full time for Q&A kind of towards the end. It looks like it's 11:33. We're doing great on time. We should have plenty of time for some, personalized Q&A towards the end. And so can you guys see my screen okay?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Let's see. So every year, what the Expedia group does is we do a massive traveler survey. And this past year in 2023, we surveyed 20,000 travelers. And I don't know if this has actually been published on our website yet. We typically don't publish it until January. So all of the iGMS users that are on this call, you guys are very special. I did get approval that this is an external facing piece of marketing collateral. So I know that I'm not going to get in trouble by sharing it, but just know that a lot of eyes have not seen this yet. So you guys are, some of the first property managers and partners to get a look at what our global travel trends are for 2024. As far as EG sites and apps are concerned, our average daily visitors are over 6 million unique daily visitors to our brand, and that is per day. So incredible reach. Again, for this Travel Insights survey, 20,000 travelers were surveyed that span across 14 countries. And the first travel trend that we're seeing that I wanted to discuss is called set jetting. When we took our survey, a lot of the questions that we're asking are like the why. Like, why are you booking? Like, we want to learn what is influencing behavior. And we saw a response that we're coining the term, set jetting. And travelers are turning to their TVs and their Netflix shows and their HBO Max television shows and all the streaming platforms, and they're actually basing their trips around, blockbuster movies and shows that they've seen over the year to give them travel inspiration. 53% surveyed researched a book or a trip destination after seeing it on a TV show. So if any of you have vacation rentals that are in a maybe drive to distance from a movie set, or you're located in the city where some kind of movie or book take place, we would absolutely encourage that you highlight that in the ways that you're marketing your properties, because we're seeing that influence traveler booking behavior. 1 in 4 says a TV show or film is more influential in 2023 than it's ever been before regarding their travel plans, and 34% consider TV shows influential to decisions more than TikTok and podcasts. So again, the call out here is that if you live in a market where they might be filming, I know that when I was visiting Canmore, Canada, in Alberta for a conference last year, they had just got done filming the Last of Us kind of zombie series, and so a lot of the property managers there had major success marketing their properties because of the show that was going to be returning. So set jetting is in. This is how you can, again, take action, inspire guests, feature content that highlights these shows, incorporate messaging, any visuals, in your photo cadence, leverage insights to make sure that your rates are staying competitive, during the time when they might be filming and you've got travelers booking, wanting to, peek through the woods and watching the movie be filmed. I don't know. That's kind of weird, but some action items for you to take to market around this trend. And then we're also seeing something that we're calling tourism. If you had vacation rentals in any of the cities where the Taylor Swift Eras Tour or the Beyonce Renaissance Tour was, then you already know the impact that concerts can have on our market. And we are predicting that this trend carries well on into 2024 and beyond. I've got some statistics here. 40% are more likely to travel to watch a concert than they were last year. 70% are more likely to travel to a concert outside of their own town. So even if you have a major city just 1 to 2 hours away, they're still likely to come to your vacation rentals and book that property for the concert. So look at touring schedules. If you guys use dynamic pricing software that's set up with iGMS, that's going to be absolutely helpful too. But just think about how we're marketing your properties, right? Like if you're in a destination that has a concert venue that are accommodating these major tours nearby, you want to highlight that in the way that you're marketing your properties in your description, maybe throw a photo of event venues in your photo cadence. And so, yeah, moving on to something that we're calling dry tripping. There's this, I guess, social and cultural push that we're seeing around dry January and sober October. Many people are just adopting alcohol-free lifestyles. It's becoming more and more popular, and the travel industry is starting to pay attention to this. And so when we surveyed, Expedia travelers, sorry about that. Oh my gosh, here we are. More than 40% say they're more than likely to book a detox trip in 2024. And then half are interested in staying at hotels and vacation rentals that offer easily accessible alcohol-free options. So if you market your properties and you're one of those property managers that likes having a bottle of expensive champagne on the kitchen counter when your guests check in, you might want to consider these guests that are trying to book and have more of a sober experience. And include that, non-alcoholic drink options in your welcome gift if you do that. But we're seeing this happen, so it's something to consider in the way that you're marketing your properties. This one we're calling Go-cations. This emergence of something called a puppy moon has emerged, where families and friends are booking trips to celebrate the anniversary of their pet adoptions. And then first date anniversaries is something that's emerging. If it's not clear, people are just really looking for a reason to travel. And so we are seeing these funny reasons kind of surface. We all know what we've been through over the past recent years with COVID, but now that travel is kind of full back and full demand, we're seeing all kind of new reasons for travel emerge. Reasons to get away, right? 1/3 plan to take more trips in 2024 than they had before. 1 in 4 are looking for any excuse just to get away with their loved ones. And so we're calling these go occasions. And here's again how you can take some action in your iGMS software and the ways that you market. Encourage those guest reviews and ask them to like share about the celebration that they're having and the reason. Guest reviews can help you highlight your own value proposition, and everyone loves a good story, right? And so we can actually encourage the guests to share some storytelling in the way that they're leaving you reviews. Leverage Instant Book and iCal Sync. Well, we have the API sync to iGMS, and that speeds up the booking process. There's no mix up with double bookings. That API integration from iGMS to your calendar is going to show your true availability. And so these people are accurately able to book and then celebrate their vacation rental getaway on an immediate whim. So we want to make sure that instant booking is on once you integrate your iGMS instance. And then obviously offer a flexible cancellation policy. This is going to remove any friction for guests when they're booking this kind of non-essential random getaway. And then the last trend here, this is everyone is hopefully in this wheelhouse here. You guys have vacation rentals and you're interested in listing them on Vrbo. We specialize in those outdoor kind of whole home vacation rental spaces. And so we've seen this trend of like these outdoor activities, specifically around pickleball courts and cold plunging. I myself got into cold plunging about a year ago. Very weird, but very beneficial to your circulatory system, right? And so if for whatever reason you have access to these amenities, either nearby at some kind of local resort or fitness club or in your own rental area, it's what's on the outside that counts. And so, we really want to showcase these amenities to guests when they're booking your private vacation rentals. Some statistics here from the 2024 Traveler Trend Report. 42% book vacation homes with outdoor amenities they can't afford to have at home or want to try. So travelers are actually willing to spend more on those unique amenities that we're going to help you highlight. And so it's important to make sure, that we have all of those amenities selected in your software that are feeding over to Vrbo. And 30% would choose a vacation rental home with outdoor amenities so they'd never have to leave the property. So if you have those amazing amenities, we have to highlight them. They may not even leave because they're going to be playing pickleball all day, or well, hopefully not sitting in a cold plunge because that would be dangerous, but maybe they'll get in and out and change their body temperature all day long. All right, relax, rejuvenation, some other trends here. Trending outdoor amenities specifically. So fireplaces, fresh produce, sports and recreation, relaxing and rejuvenation. Obviously, hot tubs are the most winning, vacation rental amenity. And so we definitely want to make sure that if you have one or a pool, that's written out in your headline or in the property description, or obviously selected as one of those amenities. And just some ways that you can take action here. Really update those listings. Vibrant photos will win all day. Showcase these outdoor offerings, include photos, well-lit, high-resolution photos, and consider highlighting, seasonal features that would appear to guests. And so, let's see. Oh, two more slides here before we jump into Q&A. Actually, I've got a couple other special slides for you. I just remembered. Gen AI is coming. ChatGPT, if you've read on like skift.com, or if you're someone that likes to nerd out on technology like me, generative AI tools like ChatGPT kind of took center stage last year, and in terms of just like technology headlines, but only 6% of travelers really used it to help plan their trips. But Expedia Group in 2024, we are really working on AI and artificial intelligence to really help our travelers predict and embrace this new type of technology throughout their traveler journey. In 2024, of the travelers surveyed, half of them in 2024 interested in using AI to plan their trip. Again, Expedia has some really cool product updates coming your way in 2024 around this. And so, a lot of these statistics are here to kind of help you hype up, what's to come with AI. And so, yeah, just some statistics here. 40% would be likely to use AI to help them find a vacation rental, and 35% use it to find just things to do when they're booking your rentals. And so that's it for some of the 2024 travel trends that we're seeing. Again, this presentation is going to be recorded, and we'll upload it to iGMS's YouTube site. I just wanted to show you guys one other thing here regarding listing optimization, because I know that this is a topic that many property managers love when they are working with their partner success account manager at Vrbo. And so just going to reshare my screen here. And make this bigger here. Thank you for your patience, guys. I wanted to share with you all the top amenities on Vrbo. And there's also a way that you can do a quick search in your market and find what the most popular amenities are. So let's go over the filterable amenities first. So you can see the top 10 that are selected on Vrbo: pool, pets allowed, house, private pool, beachfront, waterfront, oceanfront, beach, outdoor space, apartment, condo. If you have any of these amenities, if you offer any of them with your vacation rental, it is extremely important that these are selected and then feeding over through the iGMS connection. And then you can also find out what the most popular amenities are, just in case, to triple check that you have those selected. So you can swiftly find this out if you're searching in your market. So our example here is searching in Miami. If you click on the popular dropdown, the first amenity selections that populate on the Vrbo native site will be the most popular amenities that travelers are searching for in your market. So this is just a little pro tip here. If you see this amenity and you have it, make sure, again, it's selected in iGMS. So that way it's feeding over through the API and you can get captured in all of these popular amenity searches. And then I wanted to talk a bit about photos here. The quality of your content, it begins with photos. It's the very first thing the guest sees when they're looking at your vacation rental as it's populating on our site. 52% of travelers were influenced by beautiful images. So you want to make sure that that very first photo that you have in your photo lineup, your photo portfolio, is the best photo in your portfolio. So we don't want it to be the picture of maybe if you have a really stunning bathroom, but in my opinion, the best shot of the best first photo is a nice external shot that highlights that it might only be a whole home type vacation rental that might show that it's in the woods or a cabin somewhere or on a beach, that just shows access to all of the amenities that are in a short walking distance too, and then just how beautiful the home is, right? The number one reason a traveler clicks on a property is that first photo. And so look at your photo portfolio and pick the best one and place it first. And then our data shows that properties with 25 or more photos are more likely to get booked on photo. So if you haven't used all of those 25 photo options in iGMS, you definitely want to make sure that you're adding add more, right? We talked about, adding photos of all the amazing amenities that you offer when someone stays, that movie set location that might be a short drive to destination. Let's add a photo of that city or town or that gastropub where this movie scene was filmed, or a photo of a cold plunge that is nearby. if your partner success account manager at Vrbo can absolutely help you get creative with how we design your portfolio cadence. And so these are, again, just some recommendations for you of what we're seeing based on these trends. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for your time. I know that we wanted to leave a little bit of time for some Q&A towards the end. It looks like Libby and the iGMS team has been very diligently answering some questions for you guys. Let's kind of go through now. I'll stop sharing my screen. Oh, let's see. We're going to stop on this screen because this is important information. If anything that you've heard today interests you and you want to explore the iGMS integration to Vrbo, this is how you get started. If you have questions, if you want to discuss and learn just a little bit more, I've got the best email address down here is pmsalesinquiry@Expedia Group. Shoot our sales team an email and they'd be happy to get back with you and connect you with an account manager to answer questions. But basically what Nina was saying earlier and the instructions that she walked you through, that's the first step. You just got to get your account configured to integrate. And then the second step would be to go through this self-service onboarding form that you see here linked below. We will send this information out to you after the webinar as a follow-up. But if you wanted to write some of this down now quickly while the screen's up, you can. And so let's see some of the questions that have been answered. See bookings around, yeah, it looks like Libby might have answered or iGMS. And Libby, hi Libby, welcome. Libby, we
Hi.
also can let's think about some most common questions that we get asked from property managers while we're kind of going through these. Oh man, could amenities, I love this one. Could amenities be Giant Jenga and Connect 4? I'd say right now, the best way to highlight those two things would be, like Libby said, to select games, but you can even get creative in your property description. So right now, that isn't currently an amenity option that's available on Vrbo, nor in GMS, iGMS. Actually, I don't know if it's an amenity option in iGMS. I don't think it would be. The way Vrbo sends our amenity options to our software partners like iGMS is throughout the year, we'll say, look, we're noticing that there's the demand for this type of amenity. And so we build it out as an option for travelers to select on our site, right? And when we do that, we'll then go to our software partners and we'll say, look, we're adding this amenity to our native site. It really is on the software company to build out those amenity selections. So I would say to every property manager on this call, if you're noticing that there are not amenity options that are available in iGMS, iGMS is going to love that feedback from you so that they can in the future build that amenity option out. So I'd say for these amenities that are very unique, like Jenga and Connect 4, the best way right now is to highlight those in your property description. Travelers are going to read those and they're going to get super excited about their booking experience because they're going to know that you have all these two amazing games available. If we already have a listing in Vrbo and have it linked in iGMS, then what do we have to do to take advantage of the new API? Yep, Libby's right. Reach out to us. If many of you are listing on Vrbo and just feeding your properties through an iCal sync, we can absolutely switch and upgrade that integration to the full API integration, where you're going to be managing bookings in iGMS for Vrbo rather than having to go to the Vrbo website. If you want to email this email address at the bottom of the screen, we will help you learn about the switch and what that looks like for you. And we'll also help you get the process started, get the project started. There is a way to know if bookings are coming from Expedia versus Vrbo. If you go to your reservation manager in the Vrbo dashboard, you're going to see an area, it's a column, it's called source, I believe. And it'll tell you if it's like Vrbo, Expedia, hotels.com, or whatever our brand family of sites. You can see where that came from. And if for whatever reason that the way to tell if it's been updated, we'd be happy to look into that and send you that information after the webinar. Looks like a lot of these questions have already been answered. Thank you so much to the iGMS team for getting on this. Yeah, if anyone has questions, this question was answered live from the Stripe question. Do we have to use the API connection? Is there a date where it has to be activated? The date that you would want your Stripe account activated if you were to integrate with Vrbo is the day that you go live with the integration, because it happens all the time with partners. We turn their integrated Vrbo listings on and they immediately start generating bookings. And so when that happens, we want you immediately to be able to process payment and get the funds that you are owed. Because as we discussed earlier, the Vrbo payment process, it happens immediately at the time of booking when you integrate via external software. So yep, that's when you would want the Stripe account activated by the time you go live with the integration. Libby, can you think of any other questions? Not to put you on the spot. I mean, any other question, like our most common questions are around like payment processing is one. Another one is commission billing. So because Vrbo doesn't have control over payment processing anymore, we give you that responsibility when you integrate via iGMS. The way that we charge you commissions is a little different. We'll ask that you just upload a credit card to your Vrbo account, and we'll invoice that card on file on a monthly basis for completed stays. And we actually bill you the month after checkout. So if you get a booking in January that checks out in January, we're not going to charge those commissions to that credit card on file until the first week of February. And there's a nice section in your Vrbo account where you can see what all those estimated commissions are going to be for that upcoming month.
Yeah, and it's a 5% commission per booking. I'm not sure if you guys mentioned that in the beginning of the webinar.
Thank you, Libby. Yes, 5% per booking, very competitive, very market industry standard. Yeah, and again, it's free to list, and so I'm all about, you know, if it's free to do something, I'm gonna do something.
There was another question about taxes. How are taxes handled with the new integration since payment occurs via Stripe? So you'll need to set up any taxes that you want to charge the guest in iGMS. That will feed over to Vrbo, and then you'll be responsible for remitting those to your local jurisdiction.
Great answer, Libby. Thank you. Taxes are basically the same way with Vrbo bookings as they are for direct bookings that you might receive from your website. And so all of the tax information will be set up in your software, and you'll just collect and remit that to the local jurisdictions like you would with a direct booking from a non-OTA. Any last questions? Great questions. We'd be happy to kind of collect these responses and send them out. If you have any questions that you want to take offline with the iGMS support team or with Vrbo, the best way to do that for Vrbo is to, again, email this email address down here at the bottom. And then, of course, iGMS has an amazing, informative help desk on their website. And so we are here to answer your questions and get you guys what you need. I think we have, just a couple minutes left. I'm so grateful to have been here today, iGMS. Do you want to maybe close this out?
Yeah, well, I just want to thank you all. Thank you, Nino, for the explanation about how to integrate. Thank you, Libby, for answering the questions. And Cameron, thank you so much for the benefits, for showing about Vrbo, showing the travel trends. That was so incredible. I myself am one of the go for, oh, I forgot the name right now.
Occasion for any reason.
Occasion, yes, I just want to travel for any reason. I totally understand why this is a super trend. It was amazing, and it was incredible that you could also give us the suggestions, give our hosts the suggestions on what to do with the travel trends. And well, one advice is, if you already have a node connection to Vrbo via iGMS, you can upgrade to the no Vrbo API integration. If you still haven't, for some reason, listed on Vrbo, I advise you do. You can see why it's a great OTA. And well, I just want to thank you all that stayed up to this moment with us. It was a great webinar, and it will be live. It will be on YouTube. And we are going to send it all to you via email. Thank you
Yes.
guys for being
Thank you
with
so
us.
much for having us. It's been a pleasure and a privilege. We look forward to helping you all grow your businesses. And on behalf of iGMS and Vrbo, thank you. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Guys.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.